Hello everybody and welcome back to Factorio. I am SeiferKatt, we're raising quality already, and today's the day that we finally finish, well, we finally get the red belts going. It's not going to finish the build. You learned about lawn mowing simulator and you're very confused. It's an idle game, isn't it? I think it's an idle game. Or is it just a lawn mowing simulator? No, I'm thinking leaf blowing simulator. Video games are weird. We may have taken the wrong path with video games. The game that you actually play to mow lawns. See, I just thought that was Bully. Or Canis Canem Edit, depending on where you're from. Have you seen the YouTube videos where a real person's doing lawn mowing for free? I have seen those. They can't be real. I don't believe that's actually a thing that's happening. There's got to be something in it for them. I don't believe that someone's just, well, ad revenue, I guess. It's got to be ad revenue, or I don't know. I don't just imagine people do that sort of thing out of the goodness of their hearts. I don't have that much hope for humanity. They wanted to do VR laundry when I mean, I once played a lot of Viscera cleanup detail when I needed to, like, actually do cleaning. Does that count? Thankfully I didn't have to clean up Viscera, so that's a positive thing, I suppose. We good now? I think we're good now. And Aussies have a drain clog cleaning. Okay, so what I'd like to do is build this bit. So really what we need now is aluminium and then connect everything together, and then we should be in a good place. Had to get first? Yeah, I respect that. Gotta get that first. Otherwise who knows what could happen. Someone else could get it like Kick, and then go, oh, I always get it because I'm just that amazing. Classic Kick. We can't stop Kick from being amazing, no matter how hard we try. Okay, I'm just gonna let it build itself. I always like building belts this way. Just lean back, let the bots handle the rest. It's enough to make you want to run an entire factory this way. Maybe. One day, perhaps. I don't think I anticipated how many belts that would take. Given the fact that we've just used 1,500 belts just doing that alone. Alright, what is my plan for getting these belts over here now? I'm not entirely sure I have a plan for that. That's distressing. Because we need... we need green belts to be able to get into here. Five belts is going to make that tricky. Okay, let's not worry about that right now. What we do know is we want 7 lines of this. And then we need to get the aluminium in as well. Okay. I'm not... Okay, so the aluminium is going to come in from this side. We know that. That much we've already determined. 7 lines of aluminium, though, is a lot. What if... Oh, shoot. It is 7 lines of purple aluminium at that. Okay. I wasn't prepared for 7 lines of purple aluminium. I mean, I'm not unprepared for it, it's just I wasn't... I just didn't expect it. I'm just a little surprised, a little bit startled, a little bit turned on. You know, all the usual things you have while doing a Factorio build. That's normal, right? It's normal to be a little aroused while playing Factorio. Sorry, I don't know where that one was going or came from. but we're going to abandon that one right now. Goodness gracious. Disgusting. Absolute filth. Alright. Okay. What I'd like to do, I don't want to disconnect rolling stock, I want to put this here, I guess. Okay. And then we change this to be an aluminium drop. I'm not too worried by the fact that it doesn't have enough. We do need to upgrade these to purple. It's not going to be 7 lines though, that's the problem. It doesn't even look like 7 lines. Okay. So that's 4 lines. If we say go like that and like that, that's 6 lines. Look, go 8 lines. What do they do in the Baldur's Gate 3 speedrun? A lot of jumping and then an alternate ending. I hope that answers your question. They initiated an alternate ending, which I'm not going to talk about because it's spoilery. But needless to say, it is a legitimate way to end the game. Although I don't understand what was up with the... No, it's not a quick ending. Like, to get that ending, I would have had to play the game for like 40 hours. So I don't think it's a quick ending. I think they just got to it quickly. That makes sense. Like, and I don't think me taking 40 hours was like a, wow, see, if you took forever, I think that's a normal length of time for it to take. I don't understand quite what was up with the killing Shadowheart and throwing her body in a box and setting the box on fire. I don't understand that bit, but I have some assumptions of what it's about, which I can't really go into because it's spoilery. But that was confusing to me too. Hashtag me too. Speedrunning is not for you. Yeah, it's not really for me either. Every now and then I think I want to be a speedrunner, and then I think about how much work I'd have to do that, and how much, like, diligence. And I'm not a diligent person, so then I abandon that idea pretty quickly, usually after that. Like, I'm not a try again kind of guy. I'm the sort of person who just goes, alright, I slammed things together, did I win? And then I get told, no, all you did was slam things together. And I'm like, yeah, does that mean I win? And the answer is no. No, you did not. I don't think I want those anymore. What I would like is maybe some turbo splitters and purple. Purple. Okay. What we'll do is come back around that way. Let's leave a little bit of room. Okay. And then that'll make us 7 lines of aluminium. And should give us enough room for 5 lines of green chips. Plenty of room for 5 lines of green chips. I think. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, yes, good. Then the green chips we need to figure out now. Now they're going to be kind of snaky. There's something you never really want to have snaky green chips, but you know, not like I have a say in the matter. And with that, that looks like it gets me exactly right. Okay. Go like that, so that way we save some belts. Okay. So now we need to figure out how to get these belts from here to here. And that could be... This is going to be spaghetti. Let's not pretend it's going to be anything other than spaghetti. The important thing is, that's 1. 2 will be coming along very shortly, do not fret. That's 2. Wonderful. 3 comes up. Okay, I see 3. Yeah, we've got to go full spag here. Some people say never go full spag. I disagree. Always go full spag. Then this one goes up and around. Then goes... Belts are weak and sodas are heavy. See spaghetti. Oh my god. I now have to pay Solburn like licensing fees. Damn it! I've hired Solburn as my ad agency, and he's done so well. And he didn't even do the thing which everyone does, which is steals from M&M, which our current government. Oh no! Can't do it that way. Otherwise, I'm belt splitting. Belt splitting. But yeah, our current government at some point, like previous government, I suppose, our current ruling party once stole from M&M and was sued by M&M's music company. Which is both hilarious and disappointing because our current governing party is not the cool youth demographic party. It's the lesser conservative party, let's put it that way. They're not the ultra conservatives, but they're certainly not the they're not the one that likes the rap, shall we say. So why they were stealing from M&M, I'll never know. But they did. It's like, did you use rap music to try and influence votes? And not pay? Maybe. They totally did. We're going to need more red chips. That's not a surprise. We always seem to be needing red chips, but once we're done with this, the desire for red chips should be over. We will at some point need to go get more wood. We will need to make more wood, but I don't think that's a immediate concern. Belts are heavy. Belts are weak. Sodas are heavy. See spaghetti. Eat it today, you little bitch. It gets rather aggressive at the end. This is why I'm not the advertising guru. This is why I trust Solburn to do it. Because usually advertisers don't call people little bitches. Then again, who do I know? I'm not in advertising. Ask Solburn, he's the advertising master. I almost said monster. Oh wait, then I need to also get copper wires through here? Oh shit, I don't think I considered copper wires. I might need to put copper wires through the top. That'll probably work. That'll probably be fine. Okay. What we're going to do right now... Wait, why are we not making purples? Are we not making purples? We're short on something for purples. Short on. Probably lubricant. Probably lubricant. Okay. That could be a minor problem. Let's not worry about it too much right now, though. Intent right now is just to be able to make some. And then if we... Yeah... Okay, so then we just need to get the aluminium through there and the wiring. We are good. We just come down here real quick. Oh gosh, it's gonna go a little bit crazy for a second. Don't worry about it. You know what? Sometimes we all go a bit crazy for a second. Shouldn't worry about that either. Can't help craziness. Craziness just happens. And then once we've got these going, then we can go make the 6 more of these things and connect them all up. We do still need to connect the aluminium here, because currently we've got 0 aluminium. But that'll happen. That'll just take time. I wouldn't worry too much about that at this juncture. Right, and that's not even connecting power because power doesn't connect through that way. But if we come along this way, I bet you we'll start connecting power. Okay, so we should have power lines across there, and that should be powered now. Great. Right, and that needs to be connected. That all needs to go through when it can feel like it. I think we're just going to use a bunch of resources real quick, because we've got them. And that's what resources are for, right? Resourcing. These resources are made for resourcing. That's just what they'll do. One of these days, these resources are gonna resource all over you. All over you, by the way, I'd like to point out. 7 belts of copper cable. But I don't think 7 belts of copper cable... That's got, it's just 2 belts of copper wire. Okay. Well, actually... 2 belts of copper wire I can do... I wonder if I can... Where do I have copper wire? Can I bring them up? They're there. They're down all the way in Browntown. I would rather use the same system if I can get away with it. The only question is, can we get away with it? And it's not belt threading if you're not threading belts. It is belt threading if you are threading belts, so okay. I somehow... Sandfill? I don't want to take it onto the side. I'm already using too much. I already shouldn't be using this. Alternatively, we can go... Skim up there. Skim up here. That would work. Skibbity. I don't understand Skibbity Toilet. I'm aware that it exists, but I don't understand it. Thankfully, I don't need to at this stage. One day I may need to. Maybe there is nothing to understand. That's also a possibility that I hadn't really considered. Maybe it's just what the youth like, but no real reason. Let's go... Damn youth. Oh, I agree. Damn kids, get off my lawn. I think Skibbity Toilet is not even Zoomers. I think Skibbity Toilet is like the generation after Zoomers. I don't really know. Quite frankly, I'm not entirely sure I want to know. Okay. So then... Damn kids, get off my social media. Damn right. The older I get, the more I agree with Soldier 76's hatred of the children on his lawn. Okay, this is such a waste of resources. But I don't care. Because it's kind of fun. This is the sort of thing that gives people nightmares. Just run a very long belt. I could just put a train up there. This is the important thing. I could have run a train. Sure, that phrase doesn't mean anything else. Resources. Oh, hell yeah. Out of the O to the resources. Okay. Okay, that's not... The hell happened there? Does Seif have Riz? Absolutely, Seif does not have Riz. In fact, you would even ask such a silly question. astounds me. I'm Rizless. Which sounds like the name of a very pathetic wizard. Oh! Oh my god, is a fashion wizard a wizard? That's a good question to Saturn, actually. I don't even know if she would know what Riz means. Hell, I'm not entirely sure I know what Riz means. And I've looked it up. I mean, I also had to learn the word drip. You know, I was like, what the hell is drip? I know now what drip is. I did have to look it up. How do kids learn these words? They have to look it up? Or do they just know instinctively? Hey, Bubba! How you doing? I will counter your enthusiasm with additional enthusiasm. Right. What's going on here? Where's my lube? My lube... Oh, wait, hang on. What's going wrong here? Output full. Oh, Cruddison. I see what the problem is. Okay. What is charisma? Oh, charisma. You know, as soon as I read it as well, I was like, charisma. Do I have charisma? I don't know. I think it's my dump stat. I don't think charisma is my dump stat. My dump stat should be obvious to everyone. It's strength. I don't know what my high stat would be, but I've also got to remember I'm not a hero. Because most people only have 10s. Go on. What's your dump stat? Agility? Dex. I'm fairly dexterous. I'm just not strong. But I mean, we also got to remember that this is the thing that a lot of people forget with D&D. Like, because when you play D&D, you're like, all these characters are like, you know, 12 intelligence is low. 12 intelligence, 120 IQ, right? Intelligence is the only one that can easily be quantified, like, by a number. If you believe in IQ, that's fine. 10 strength is average human strength, exactly. 18 is pretty freaking ridiculous. I'm just gonna, like, make more of this. I don't know what my plan with all this is. Wait, we're dropping it here? What do I think I'm doing with all of this? You're too big to be nimble? That's okay. Sounds like you might have some good con going. Say that while you're eating a bacon and cheese sandwich at 132. Eating wisdom. You know what? I think every nerd thinks they have high intelligence. I've never met like a D&D gamer who doesn't think they have high intelligence. And I'm not saying you don't. But also, you know, kind of just like built into us that we think we're smarter than other people. And are we? Probably. Not the point. Like, nerds seem to be like either self-deprecating, being like, I'm stupid, or like, I'm smarter than the average person. You know you're not very intelligent. I mean, I like to think I am, but I think D&D stats, like, I'm trying to think. Strength has a quantifiable number because strength has certain limits that you can carry. If you can carry a certain limit, then you can assume you're that level of strength. Intelligence has... Every intelligence point is basically 10 IQ. Again, only if you believe in IQ, otherwise it doesn't really matter. Yeah, look, my wife kind of does the same thing to me. She doesn't like me putting myself down. Heck, my sister too. Heck, my sister, like, stopped me in the stream to be like, no, it's not that you're not smart. 10 strength can lift one's body weight. I don't think that's right. See, okay, see now I'm going to get distracted. So, D&D strength lift. Strength, strength. Give me the weight limits. I can't find it now. Why not just look up D&D's lifting? Strength lift, that's what I'm looking for, yes. Lifting your carrying capacity is strength score multiplied by 15. You can push something a weight in pounds twice your carrying capacity. Okay. Aiming with charisma. That's not true. That's incorrect. Because that would be implying that a pixie with strength 2 can't lift their own weight. Oh, sorry, strength 4 can't lift their own weight. They absolutely can. Like, it only really works when you talk about humans potentially, but it's not quite right. Okay, we're just going to assemble more of this, as we can. Now, admittedly, I didn't read the whole thing of that focus because I am in the middle of streaming. Also, I can't read, so I'll throw that one there because I know Solburn enjoys that one. Well, probably not enjoys, but Solburn's like, yeah, that's about normal, actually. But God, he can't read. But reading's tough, okay? Even when I'm done with this, there's still a lot more to build. I wonder how Spidertrons are. Antron. Theoretically possible to build now. Huh. Well, there you go. Not perfect, but it's a good scale for humans, I suppose. I think that's why I'm looking at it wrong. I'm thinking too much about the game sense, as opposed to trying to explain to a, you know, what are they called? Person? After I'm done with this and blues, then my plan is we're going to start making everything we need for yellow science. Then we start making rockets, and then we just sort of go from there. We need to get the rockets started. Exactly. Do eggs act Lee? I don't think so. I've never seen Lee act like an egg. Actually, that's not true. I have. He's allowed to, though. I will allow it. Lee is a nice dude. Yeah, but sometimes he can be an egg. Sometimes a lot of people can be eggs. Doesn't mean they're not a nice dude. Doing woodworking lately. Look, I went in there to see what game he was playing. I was very confused. And I was like, oh, it's one of those simulator games. And then he was actually doing woodworking. And I was just like, what is this? Actual woodworking. Like, literal insanity. The man's cracked. He's more of a man than I'll ever be. He's woodworking, he's got a beard. I can't compete with that. I can have a beard. No, I'm legally not allowed to. It's in our marriage contract. It's not. It's not in our marriage contract before anyone thinks that's true. I'm just talking shit. I kind of wish the wheels rolled. Why are we just stuck here? What are we waiting for? Are we waiting for you? Are we waiting for you? Who are we waiting for? Goodness gracious. Hey, Savi. I will hydrate as per your request. It is done. We shall also raise the quality of the stream. Ooh, epic. Oh, it's an oil and gas separator. Well, that's not quite what I thought it was. I can answer that question if you want, or you can just work with people. It does have a limit, but I can always make it go higher. I would just have to, like, do some stuff on the fly to get it to work. But I think I've set it up so that each person can only upgrade the quality 3 times. How you doing, Tara? I can have a beard. No, I'm legally not allowed to. It's in our marriage contract. I love how you just cut out the fact that the part where I said, no, I'm just making that up. I think it's a joke. Now people think that's real. Which is funny. Do I want another oil and gas separator? Yeah, I think I do. Seifer is good. Seifer is good. Really just trying to get stuff sorted as you do. Maybe some modules would help. I think I'll grab some modules. Oh, Still alive. Didn't get flattened. I'm good. I'm good. Good. Just, you know, I had my Factorio life race before my eyes. Whew. Scary. What we should do, we should start actually boxing these as opposed to what I'm doing now, which is not boxing shit. Greens don't need to be boxed. Look, if I could get like that many, that's kind of a ridiculous number, but I'd be happy with it. Greens will probably be mostly ground up. I don't need efficiency. I would, rather than efficiency, I would just rather more power, which we are probably coming up to that being required soon. But with Copperex, it shouldn't be too difficult. Box greens for space? What do you mean? What do you mean for space, big clown? You fucking... It tricked me! It tricked me! My roundabouts, I don't know where they're going. If I just hung down, I would have been okay. Oh! That reminds me, I figured out how to make the Venga bus play music when it leaves. Okay, I ask in seriousness, is this more important than anything else I'm doing that the Venga bus plays music when it leaves the train station? This is a legitimate question that I need to know the answer to. Board computer requires lots of greens. Oh, we'll make lots of greens, don't you worry. No, I know it can be done. I've played around with it offline. I know it can be done. I've done it. I just need to... We are not worried about greens. We'll make lots of greens. We will make lots of greens, but right now I don't have the resources for them. And we're not even close to the stage that we can start worrying about the FTL and the like. But what I ask is it more important that I get the Venga bus to play music every time it leaves? Or can that wait? It can wait? Okay. How about this? After we get the red and blue set up, we'll go get the Venga bus music set up. I've gone too far. Also, I forgot what I was doing. Sorry, I'm very sniffly today. I don't know what's up with that. I apologize. Speed, productivity? The only one that can't be... Let me guess. These can be productivity, no? None of them can be productivity. Okay. We may need to worry about lubrication later, but we're not there yet. Why can that not go to its house? I cannot go to its house. I'm not sure why that was deadlocking. Very fine though. Running onto a roundabout with a train is so deadly. Don't know where it's going. Ah, it changed its direction at the end. So bothersome. You wrote a check? Neat. Checks aren't even available in New Zealand anymore. They removed them. I don't think you can pay by check anywhere in New Zealand anymore. Sounds like something I'm making up. I assure you I'm not. It was a common way to give wedding gift. No checks in New Zealand. No checks, no balances. Sorry, Veldak. Write a check too? Yeah? Is this just joking me? I knew it. I knew it. I saw it coming and I'm only vaguely disappointed. At least 30% of us are wrong. You have to write some checks. Okay. I'm gonna put another roundabout and yeah, so we can at least start getting the aluminium through. And then when we get the aluminium through, then... Yeah, well, you cannot what? Oh, you can. I believe in you. Oh, you cannot and will not write a check. Okay, then maybe you can't. Sorry, I believed in you too hard there. Writing a check's not hard. Might write a check. Have you missed? Winks at Veldak. We should have been counting how many of those I put down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so we do still need to get purples in. Like those purple belts are more required than ever before. Oh, I don't. Is there a better way to make lubricant? I think we need more. And it makes lubricant. Fish oil. Interesting. We have a lot of fish. Oh, but we need to... We do make a lot of fish. And look at that big space we've got available for the fish. We then went outside with the fish and then pressed my fish. The pulp, I can turn it into nutrient pulp. I need nutrient pulp. Raw fish oil. I would need to... And base mineral oil, I mean, I need a lot of that as well. Maybe that's what I do next. Maybe we start pressurizing my fish. I'd pressurize a fish. I mean, that's what you call peer pressure. Maybe we need to go press the fish now. Ceramic filters. What do we need for those? We need alumina. We make alumina. It's part of aluminium. In fact, we have a train that does that. Okay, well, there we go. Then we'll make some ceramic filters. Sure, I have a factory somewhere that's not doing anything. There we do. Okay, and then filters. I would like to have, say, 5,000 of... Cute. 5,000 of them, I think. Because I will need a lot of filters. Do we make filter frames? For the next question. I don't know if we make them. I feel like we probably don't. But I guess we'll find out fairly quickly. I feel like the filter frames are coming from down here mostly. We'll let that continue for the moment and see what happens. $322. Yeah, I feel like we don't make filter frames. Okay, not a big deal. We just make them. It's not tough. Don't make filter frames? Make filter frames. Now what? Uh, 300 filter frames should be enough. And then we need a way to make my fish pulp, which is going to be done on an oil press. Well, I'm pretty sure I don't make those because I think that's only just the first one done there, so... how many oil presses would I really need? 50 is fine. Okay. What we're going to do is we're going to set that up. We're going to make this. How much do we want? We want like 8,000 a minute. Is that even viable? I don't know. We'll find out very quickly. Got a fish oil. And we do that, but we're going to need thermal water. We don't make thermal water yet. But we can make it because we have the lithia salt. That's not difficult to make. Raw fish oil we get from pressing these ones. 20 centireys is not actually that much. That's quite doable. That's not actually as... 8,000 lubricant per minute is actually relatively easy. How many fish do we actually make? When we go hard on fish... And I can turn the base mineral oil. Oh yeah. Turn that into lubricant as well. 8,000 is nothing. How many fish do I actually make? I am making 673 fish per minute. I was only requesting 142 fish. I don't even... Okay, so... This is a victim of the 3 times. Yeah, I mean... I could even take this up to 1,500. Sorry, 15,000. And be really happy with what I've got. What do I do with the fermentation base? I don't know yet. I could make it into effective, like efficient resin. That's not bad either, actually. Ethanol to ethylene. What do you do with ethylene? Wait, hang on. What do we do with ethylene? Oh! We make liquid plastic. And we make rubber. Of course, that's what I was thinking. Rubber. Yeah, of course. Rubber. Plastic again. I make plastic out of ethylene. Oh, benzene? Ah, styrene. And styrene. No, that. We've got a plan for rubber. Rubber's not a problem. No, okay, we're not too worried about any of that right now. All that matters is I get some oil refineries, some filtration units, thermal water extractors. Ethyl benzene leads to rubber. Rubber's fine. Rubber's okay for now. It's not great, if I remember rightly, but it'll do. What was my plan for rubber? I had a thing that made a small amount of rubber that was insufficient and I wanted to make it like 20 times bigger, and it was scary. What was that? Where was that? Is it up here? It's here. I've got another thing that already makes trees. Sorry, distraction. I've been needing trees for a while, and the fact is I already make trees. I would like to get that connected right now. I've been needing wood for a while, and I didn't realize we already had some. We were collecting it as a byproduct. I'm a genius. It's trees, son. Hell yeah, it's trees, son. Okay. Then what we do is we build this out further because someone didn't plan this properly. Okay. Then we put another train, a little wagon, and we don't have the things I need, so we'll just do this. And why is that jammed? Wait, why is that jammed? Okay. Enable if them too. That should fix it. Toast got jammed and peanut butter. Oh man, Astro Toilet. I'm all about the Astro Toilet, man. Like, some people say it's immature, but I am 100% all about the Astro Toilet. I think that was the jammed part. Okay, and then how are we going to power this train? That's right. Wood-powered train. You're American? Alright, you don't need to apologize. Oh man, that's such a good thing to have. This train was so needed. I mean, it has to go for a distance, but that's okay. Attending your stream is my apology. Ooh, I think you've apologized a bit much. There's anyone who will give you strawberry? Lone Star? Fuck yes. I still think about combing the desert a lot. We ain't found shit. So good. So fucking good. Alright. What a good movie. It's one of the greats, right? Do we agree that's one of the greats? You know what? I don't even care if we agree it's one of the greats. It's one of the greats. I'll just tell you straight up. Hey, look, it's a movie I've seen. Don't get one of those very often, do you? Saw it before you saw Star Wars? That's... You know what? I don't think I saw it before I saw Star Wars. But I have a stronger recollection of it than Star Wars. Spaceballs, the movie. You played the games before you saw Star Wars. Oh, you've never watched it? You're not familiar with it? Oh my... Okay. So, Spaceballs is just a piss-take movie of Star Wars. And directed by Max Brooks. No, not Max Brooks. Mel Brooks. Max Brooks is his son. Sorry. That is not the one people usually remember. Max Brooks, writer of World War Z. You know, the good one. Not the terrible movie. But yeah, no, it's good shit. It's so funny. He's Jewish. Alright, we can't just quote Spaceballs at each other, Solburn. I know I would love to, it sounds like you would too. I didn't even get the Jewish joke. I was too young to understand Jewish. Thermal water. We need. Bath, half dog, half man. He's his own best friend. No, we can't just quote friggin' Spaceballs. Doesn't matter how much you may want to. We can't do it. It's not good streaming. So thermal water extractor. I love the stunt doubles, they look nothing like them. It's like, if I remember rightly, the princess is a guy. It's just so good. One of the things I loved about Spaceballs was that, you know, they got permission from George Lucas to make it. But there was like a bunch of conditions, like they weren't allowed to have the main character look like Han Solo, because that's what they wanted to do. So instead they made him look like Indiana Jones, which is just a hilarious response. Like, okay, fine, we can't do that, we'll just do our own thing, screw you. We've made a different joke now. Or the fact that, like, they weren't allowed to do any merchandising because, let's be honest, that's where George Lucas made all his money. So instead, they've got the bit with, like, yogurt doing all the merchandising. It's so good. Like, any of the conditions that George Lucas put in, they made fun of. Which is the correct thing to do. Yeah, it kind of was. I mean, I don't even think it's malicious compliance. It's just they complied. I don't want filters on these, I think. I'm just going to have to do this all manually. Yeah, no pain, but whatever. I'm not going to worry about speed modules on this. It does not need speed modules. Okay, we need some filtration units. What else do we need? Fire across the road. Oh shit. Delicious mompliance. Yeah. Why'd you start a car fire across the road? That's what I want to know. Why would you do that? Hey, Pan. Doing well. And, Lil K, he's doing well. Oh my god, Lil K is learning to roll. He is rolling all over the place. Kitten's fine. Yeah, it's like kitten panda thing. I don't know. He's doing so good. Lil K is just... He has the biggest, brightest smile. Oh my god, I love him so much. He's rolling. He can't stand on his own, but if you hold him up, he sort of stands on his feet and he sort of wiggles like he's trying to do some new dance move, and he's so happy. He put like the biggest smile when he's doing that. Sorry, I'm over here being proud dad moment. I apologize. No, I don't. No, I don't apologize. I'll never apologize being proud of my son. He's doing the wiggle. He's doing one heck of a wiggle. Can he sit on his own? Not yet. He's not there yet. Then it gets fun. You turn your back and go, oops, where's the baby? We haven't gotten there yet. We haven't gotten there yet. He can't walk or crawl yet. But he's thinking about it. And that's the danger. Okay. You know what? Recipe... This recipe book is the worst. I don't like recipe book. He doesn't really roll a distance. He just sort of rolls onto his tummy and then rolls back. So he's not really rolling anywhere as at this stage. But I'm sure he'll figure that out eventually. And then we're in trouble. Recipe book is great. I mean, sure, if you like it. Problem is, I don't like it. Give him not very much time. Oh, I know. It's going to be before we know it. It's for people with higher end. Oh, the stream has become legendary. Bahamut wishes to see what happens if the stream gets past legendary, I see. For what it's worth, I don't have a single button that does it. I have to do a couple of things, but there is a plan for that. Okay, so first we have the fish, and then we press the fish. More fun with twins going opposite direction. Here's your question. Shoot. Also, I'm going to bring this up now. I'll bring it up again later. No, it does something different. Just for those, this is for the stream because the YouTube thing is so far behind. If you wanted to catch up to this, you should have been here. I am running a contest at the moment for Meme March. If you make a meme for the stream, like regarding the stream, about the stream somehow, you can win a copy of Factorio Space Age. Best meme wins. It's not a, you know, it puts you in the drawer. Best meme wins. It'll be rated. All the information is on the Discord. Go here if you would like to. Factorio Space Age. That's right. That is the DLC. Oh, Soulburn, I saw it. I saw it. And working on more excellent. You're allowed 3 entries. I just want to see memes about the stream. And, you know. So it's not out yet, of course, the DLC. But when it comes out, you know, the winner will get a copy. from me. Not donated by anyone. I'm just paying for this, but I don't give a crap because I love seeing memes and I love seeing what people like think about the stream, and I just want to see stuff, you know. So yeah, if you want more information about how you can enter that competition, please go to the Discord and check it out. Do they have to be great? No. But if they make me laugh, it's probably a bonus. If they don't make me laugh, they're probably not the best meme. But that's okay. I appreciate your attempt anyway. Because you never know. The thing with memes is sometimes like something's so dumb that you laugh at it. You're like, well, that's sillier than I anticipated. And that's cool. Yeah, that's memes for you. Stream memes. So we've got a couple of entries so far, and I'm very happy to see the memes. But, you know, if you'd like to get into that, then look, open up your favorite meme generator and get to it. What if it's just the top text, bottom text? What if it's a one to simply not go into mortal meme? I can go for it. What have you got to lose? You're not familiar with these so-called memes? Just... You'll figure it out. You'll figure it out. You have everything to lose. You have nothing to lose. A bit of time making a meme. At the very least... Oh yeah, Valdek, did you posting the AI me in a life jacket, did that count as your entry, or is that just you posting it because it was funny? I was just wondering. I wanted to get that confirmed. I wasn't quite sure what that was about. Just because it's funny. Okay, I didn't think that was your entry. Then again, everyone gets 3 entries if you want them, so just play along. And if you don't want to, that's fine too. You don't have to. Burned your arm cleaning a hot fryer. Yeah. Look, I assumed it wasn't because I was like, this is not really what I would usually consider a meme, but that's okay. Look, it's all good. It's all good. We want some nutrient extractors. I didn't pick up nutrient extractors, did I? Actually, no, I don't need nutrient extractors. It's just for the fish pulp that I don't really care about. Although we do need to probably push that back into here. Where does the nutrients come from? Oh, it just comes in here. Interesting and concerning. Wait, who's wearing a maid suit? Me? I've never worn a maid outfit before. You hear the hesitance? I'm like, have I? Fairly certain I haven't. I feel like I'd remember that. No, not a seed extractor. I want a nutrient extractor. Well, someone's like, ah, he's just shy. He doesn't want to admit it. No, I will admit it if I've worn a maid outfit, but I have not. I'm reasonably shameless with admitting things that I've actually done that are non-like... They're kind of weird. You want to wear a classic steampunk outfit, almost Doctor Who-ish? Why don't you? Who's stopping you? The government? If the government is stopping you, probably reconsider, but if the government is not stopping you, then just go for it. Okay. Money. Money is a decent thing to stop someone. Actually, now that you've said it like that, yeah, I can see how money could stop someone. Bloody money. Okay, quality raises. We go that, and we go that. We're now 5 and 1. And that's your answer. That's what we do. Is it super thrilling? Probably not, but it's fun. I would like to get some lithia salts on here, please. And then I probably need to... Oh yeah, no, we've never used lithia salts, have we? Suppose we're probably going to need a train to pick up the lithia salts. This has gone quite out of hand since you last looked into acres of buildings. I mean, this is the one that's ridiculous. I haven't even finished it yet. This is actually why I'm doing this, because I'm not making purple belts fast enough. I'm taking a brief break. That's where I want to be. But this is not being faster than my last run of Seablock. It's actually a decent amount slower. But that's okay. So that's the lithia salt. If we... This is going to work. No. I mean, it will work. But we just need to be a bit cleverer. We're actually also going to pick up a fish by mistake. I don't really want a fish, but we're going to get a fish. My entire basin made out of beans. That's true. I don't like the bean meme still. I think everyone got really excited about it when Dosh did his video. And they're like, beans! Yay, beans! And I'm just like, yeah, I mean, beans are good. Like, beans. Like, yeah, no, beans are good. Yeah, they're very good. There's a bean meme. Yeah, there is. There's a bean meme. What am I using for power? I'm using mostly nuclear, uranium. But quite frankly, this is not enough power. We're going to need to upgrade it very soon. Oh, hey. I think it need to be upgraded soon. Oh, actually, plutonium is probably where we go next. Who else gets up to grab a cold bowl of peas? I'll be honest, that's something we've ever done. I don't know if this is going to work the way I need it to. Running out of something where... I'm running out of a lot of things everywhere, to be fair. Fuel? No, fuel's fine, I think. Is fuel fine? Actually check that. No, fuel's fine. We got plenty. We've got lots of happy rocks. We haul new uranium out of the water. I mean, essentially. Kind of. It's not entirely wrong, but it's not entirely right either. Okay, we're going to do something slightly weird here that we've never done before. Actually, we've sort of done it before. You sort of strain it. You filter it? I don't know. I don't know what the correct word is. It's a valid point, though. Let's just do this real quick. And then grab everything that... That was a mistake. That was a mistake. I shouldn't have done that. Okay. Do we have any sort of fuel source over here? We do. Good. OBS on Linux seems usable now. Oh, great for people who use Linux. Congratulations, people who use Linux. You can be treated like a real person now. As opposed to whatever you were before, which is, you know, second-class citizen? Do we allow second-class citizen? I think we allow second-class citizen. Or people who want to use Linux. Oh, what were you making, Bahamut, if I may ask? This is Lithia Salt, right? I thought I saw some of this cheeky stuff. Come down here, my cheeky boy. My cheeky shark boy. That seems racist. I probably shouldn't say that. You're making a little 2D tank survival game with roots from Planet X3. Now he's making a blacksmith simulator. That's cool. As long as you're happy. Is it just for fun, or are you looking at selling it when you're done? You do plan on releasing it? Oh, I wish you luck. Hey, and if you need someone to show off the game for you, let me know. I'll do that for viewers. Okay. See if you can continues to like just rip it apart. Worst game I've ever played. Meanwhile, the viewer's like, I kinda thought he wouldn't be an asshole on this one. Joke's on you, I was always an asshole. Oh, I need Steam. Well, Crutosaurus Rex, I don't have Steam. Where do I get Steam from? Apparently you're on day 3 of development, so you'll be releasing any day now. I don't know how long development takes. I assume it's real quick. I'm joking, I'm joking. I'm being ignorant as a joke. Did you enjoy it? It's like all gamers think that, oh, it shouldn't take that long to release a hot new AAA game, right? Oh my god, they delayed it by 3 months. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm gonna die. Anyway, that was my impression of how gamers think about the gaming industry. I hope you enjoyed it. It is very accurate. What are they doing? They suck. I guess I better send them death threats, because that's the appropriate thing to do. It's not the appropriate thing to do. I don't need to tell anyone that. None of you are that foolish, I hope. Legitimate point, I don't think I've ever set someone a death threat on the internet. I shouldn't be proud of that, but I am. Look at me not being a terrible person. Oh, now you're just getting in on the hype. Okay, who's been sending death threats on the internet? I don't even think I've sent a threatening message to someone. Clearly I've been doing the internet wrong. How do we get steam? You know what? I know how we're going to get steam. We're just going to use electric boilers. How much steam do you even need? 100. See, how much steam can an electric boiler really make? Wait, it doesn't consider electric boilers? What? What? Crazy. We will figure that out in a moment. Let's carry on. Then, with the thermal water and the raw fish oil, a customer complained that you cashed out the till at 4:59. See, this is the sort of thing that ruins our entire country's way of living. You're not even in the same country, but it just ruins the entire country. And honestly, I hope you're ashamed of yourself. And hopefully your manager wasn't a dick and thought, "Ooh, let's punish him for that." I really hope your manager wasn't a dick about that. Some people are. Some sort of middling manager who thinks they're hot shit. You're the manager? Well, now they're effed. Okay, well now that story's taken a very funny turn. That I am all for. That people complain not having a specific kind of meat from a brand you don't sell anymore. God, I hate people. Retail, alright? It's the worst. Okay. We still haven't made our red chips. Let's just point that out there. But I think having all this lubricant will still be good. I don't... what does the in front of a child point matter? Bacon turkey. What the hell is bacon turkey? I'm uncomfortable with the concept of bacon turkey. Bacon turkey. I'm not happy. Don't know what bacon turkey is and I'm not sure I want to know, but I need to know. The decadence. You know what? I'm gonna put him back in the sea. That wasn't my original plan. I don't know, when I was little, my parents always taught me to respect people working in retail. And then, you know, when I got to retail, I, found people, hey, people don't respect people working in retail. What the hell is wrong with them? And then I realized those people are called assholes. Funny that. Okay. No, I think it's very, very important that you that you respect people that work in retail. This isn't. This shouldn't even be a thing that I needed to say. You know, that's the sad thing. You shouldn't need to say respect people. You know what? No, hang on. It's not even respect people in retail. Just respect people. Keep it real simple. And even if someone made a mistake, right, and it's taking time to fix, okay, it doesn't mean you get to lose your absolute shit at them. Now, of course, some people in retail, though, are just completely half-assing it, but it doesn't mean you get to treat them like garbage. You never get to treat someone like garbage, even if you really want to. Even if they deserve it. Which, people really don't deserve that. Again, a big call. Yeah, I say retail, it's also, what is it? Like fast food. Disrespectful people are not worthy of respect. Damn right they're not. Right. If I see anyone respecting someone that disrespects people, I'll disrespect you. Wait, hang on, this seems like a... Don't do what Johnny don't do. Okay. I want some electric boilers. It's a tolerance paradox thing. I mean, it's like the classic line, treat others how you want to be treated, right? But that's wrong. Like, this is the thing that people always make the mistake on. They think, treat others the way you want to be treated. And people go, oh, I don't mind if someone treats me a little bit like garbage. It turns me on. Yeah, you're like, okay, that line doesn't work then. Because people sometimes like being treated like garbage. The line should be, treat others how they want to be treated. And then if they like being treated like garbage, then you treat them like garbage. Right? I got somewhere weird. People flipping burgers at McDonald's who make $15 less an hour. No. People are just people. People aren't... I mean, again, I'm not saying anything that's particularly revolutionary here, am I? Treat people with respect. That's all you need to bloody do. It's not difficult. How much does that actually output? It outputs 165 a second. How much do we need? We need... Author! Okay, great, thanks. Make me open up a calculator. 165 times 60 is 9,900. Okay, wait. I closed the calculator, I remember to. Excellent. And that should get me all lubed up. Which, there's nothing better than being all lubed up. You know what I mean. Yeah. If you don't want to interact with people, then go to Walmart. Is there not people at Walmart? I thought, but people just not at Walmart? Where did they go? Some people who treat you like rubbish refuse to use self-checkout. Oh my god. Please use self-checkout. I don't want to talk to you. You don't want to talk to me. Everyone's happier. But see, the thing is, I think they want someone to serve them. They want to treat someone like, oh god, the more I think about it, the worse it gets. So what, they're coming to the store deliberately to treat people like crap because that's what they want? No. Get out of my store. I don't even own the store. Get out. Not my store, but I don't want you here. Please leave. Yeah, I used to work in a store that a guy would come and smell terrible, but it was... I'm not even sure entirely you can say it was his fault. I mean, the guy was homeless, right? And I'm quite sure, yeah, probably don't be in our store, but if you're not going to buy anything, but at the same time, it's not like the guy had anywhere else to go. But, I don't know. It's tricky then. Okay. Then what we're going to do is have a assembly machine. Oh, he did smell terrible though. Eventually we kicked him out of the store because terrible. I feel bad saying that, but it was pretty rank. That's true. Shit yourself in a store is certainly new. That's probably a level of mental illness? I'm gonna go mental illness on that one. No, pissing on the floor. Yeah. Okay. Well, regardless. Mental illness? It's happened 11 times. Oh my god, kick them out. Seriously, stop coming to my store. Yeah, no, I'm with you on that one. Not a fan of playing... Okay, I don't know what else you can say about that. I'm not saying it's okay because mental illness, just to be clear, but I don't know what else to say. I know I shouldn't do it, but I'm gonna. I'm not excusing it, but I really don't know what else to say, if not mental illness. It's not a thing people do. Does she get a kicks about it? Okay. Surely there's something. I mean, it'd have to be, right? Okay, so. I have halting explosives. Hell yeah, I do. I am a dwarf and I'm digging a hole. Diggy diggy hole, a diggy diggy hole. I'm not even going to sing it properly. The impact, like, just the disrespect of not even singing the song now. So rude. I just want to sing it. Okay. What I'm going to do is I don't need 2 trains for this. I don't know what I'm going to do with the fermentation base. I'll have to figure that out in a moment. Okay, and then we got to figure out what to do with... I think we need a couple more of these. Unless they can't afford it. But I don't know. A lot of people do fall through the cracks, and again, I don't know who to say, who to blame, or who to... I don't know who to say about what's going on wrong there, but something's clearly going wrong there. I can't really speak to a lot of it because I don't understand it. But, I mean, I don't think it's a surprise if I say something's not going right. Someone is doing that on a regular basis. Base? Fermentation base? Nope. Doesn't work that way. Ethanol gas, okay. Try that. Or now, what do I do with the compost? I'll need to use the compost somewhere else. For now... what I would like to do is just build a tank and a warehouse. It's not ideal, it'll break down eventually, but the point is it'll work for now. And that should kick everything off. Oh. What's going wrong? Why are these not running? No fish oil. Because we haven't dealt with the base mineral oil. Oh, what is my plan for base mineral oil? I have no plan for base mineral oil. I do? We need to bring in residual gas. Yeah, right. I think I have a residual gas train too. Recipe selector, get out of here. Oh, are you talking about I am a dwarf and I'm digging a hole? Oh, now I feel bad that I didn't go hard on it. Could have just been like, I am a dwarf and I'm digging a hole. But instead I was like, meh, meh. Like, I introduced you to that song incorrectly and I apologize. Dwarfs. Did not do that song justice. But I mean, hey look, if you found it, that's good. True one's no inputs. I don't know. 100,000. And also that's round the wrong way, isn't it? Okay, and then we get some chemical machinery plants. We'll plant 3s for some reason. I don't know why we don't have 4s. Okay, so we need 5 of them, approximately. Dwarves are like my favorite fancy. You wouldn't know that given the fact that I've been playing Dragonborn twice in Baldur's Gate, but that's okay. The initial reason for that was because I wanted to make the joke. The second reason was I just kind of kept making the same joke. And who I am as a person. Yes, one joke's good. What if we made the same joke again? Haha. Not really the same joke. It's a different same joke. It's an evolution of the joke. Ooh, joke evolution. Alright. There we go. That should make lots of lubricant now. Out of the fish that we're just not using. I don't know what I'm doing with the ethanol yet. I'll figure it out later. Okay. Next, I'd like to go up to where I'm currently making lubricant and put a filter on that. Not a filter, sorry, a condition on that. So that way, hopefully, we make lots of it. We were so close. Uh, 20,000. Other direction. Go drop off your lube, buddy. I'm not even mad that it's going over there. Because the next one's going to fill up immediately. Maybe not immediately. Going wrong here. We're not crushing enough fish. We're not crushing enough fish. You are correct, my dudes. We have not yet begun to crush fish into pulp. Because that pipe isn't connected to anything. There we go. And we do need some more ceramic filters. That's fine. I feel bad about this, but I'll have to fix it another day. That's going back there. You know what? I think that's cool that you think you're allowed to go back there, but you're not. I think it's cool you have like total autonomicity in your job, that you can do whatever you think is right, but you're an idiot and you don't get to decide what you actually do, okay? That's your job. Your job is to listen to me. My job is to ride you around like a little pony. Okay? Just to be clear, a train is a little pony now. What? Is it? Yeah, I don't think so. Now when the lubricant comes in after riding it around like a pony, after the pony lube comes in, I'm not happy that I said that, by the way. Talking to the train, not chat. I mean... Hey chat, what if I rode you around like a pony? I'm just asking, what if? I know, it's weird, it's weird. What a weird joke. It did seem vaguely out of character. Only vaguely though. It's like, it seems a bit weird, but at the same time, I can kind of see where he's going with this. Yeah, no, I don't talk to people like that. Not unless they ask for it. Remember, treat others how they want to be treated. No, to chat, I ask you, do you want me to order you around and ride you like a little pony? You don't need to answer this question. In fact, I prefer you didn't. Steve dies a little inside. That's appropriate. That's appropriate. I got it. I understand. It's a no. From Pan, anyway. I bet you there's a couple of you thinking about it. Don't message me on Discord. Don't do that. Unless you've got interest in the competition, in which case absolutely do that. Unless your interest in the competition is the meme about me riding you like a pony, in which case I don't know anymore. Do that. I'll go with the lubricant. What I think I'd like to do is yank the lube out as fast as I can. Is this not connected? There we go. Why do you lube me up, buttercup, baby, just to let me down? Oh boy. We've reached a new level. Reached a new level of I don't want to be here anymore. We get here sometimes. Okay. So, this situation, I liked this situation. But I would like it if it was different. I could like it more, you know? Oh, and then I do need to actually set the titanium things around the right... Well, why am I doing anything manually? Manual sucks. I power it. And then I make it go faster because that's too slow. There we go, that's pretty good. And that should result in more turbo transport belts. Provided, of course, the titanium can keep up. Which I think the titanium's not bad. But titanium is being dropped off right now. A bit interesting. I think Cobalt's kind of being a bit of a dick right now. Being a dick because it can't actually output fast enough. Okay, that's not Cobalt's fault. That's someone else's fault. I would say the designer, but then I realized that's my fault, and I can't admit blame. So I'm going to say that it's... Who wants to accept blame? You want to accept blame? No? That's fine, I respect that. I just never want to accept blame for my faults. I mean, you'd be accepting blame all day. You don't got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Good news, I believe that sped up things. Any problem is I'm worried about the driver light. I should be seeing a lot of driver light, and I'm not. Excuse me? We have no acid. Okay, I'll rephrase that. We've got very little acid at the moment. What's wrong with acid? We're running out of sulfuric wastewater. But what? Ow. There's probably something else that I'm using sulfuric acid for. Do I jive with that? No, I don't jive with running out of acid. That's unjivable. The self-jiving car. Self-jiving car. Sorry, I like that more than I feel like I should have. At some point we're going to do some of all these fuel cells and plutonium. Plutonium's going to be interesting. We've got enough fusion catalysts to really get deuterium up when we're ready for that, which is nice. We're not ready for that right now, but well, deuterium. No, it's yellow. Okay. Plutonium is probably the next. We're actually ready for plutonium now as well. Interesting. I don't think we need the bobbing about enrichment. Don't think we need to enrich bobbing about. I just don't think it's needed. But we will need power very soon. As long as we get red and green sorted, it shouldn't be a problem though. Red and green? No, green's already sorted. It's red and blue. We're just not getting the these belts made fast enough. Why not? Probably cobalt, if I take a guess. It's feeling a lot like cobalt. Let's upgrade all of this. This is like my cobalt section. Maybe that'll help. What it will do is use a lot more cobalt a lot faster, which is both good and bad. We may need to consider how to make more sulfuric acid. In fact, let's think about that now. So the goal is... Big goal. Sulfuric acid, we want to have 50,000 per minute. The big goal, it's too much, I don't care. One way we could do this... There's a few ways we could do this. The way I was thinking right there, I mean, we could do it with puffers. But I refuse to do things with puffers. I'm not a monster. I'm kind of a monster. We continue doing it with sulfuric wastewater. How do we make sulfuric wastewater? With the lime, porous lime filters. Porous lime filters, making the lime. Hello, Sketchy Gamer. How you doing? Hello. BRB, everyone. I'm back. I have snacks and a baby monitor. Okay, so let's assume that it can only take one. Okay, that's not too unmanageable. I am a very perfect, gentle monster. A parfait monster? How dare you? And then that comes from there, and then going to matrix, it gets confused. Oh, stop clicking things. And then we turn that mud into there. Okay, great. And then the hydrogen sulfide we also turn into sulfur. So that's actually not that unfeasible a build. Is this modded? Oh, it's very heavily modded. This is Seablock. The idea of Seablock is that everything you get comes from the water, the air, and a couple of trees that you find around the place, and you grow from there. I mean, that's quite doable. Change those to be the washing plant 2s, because why not? And then we can make 50,000 sulfuric acid per minute. Very simple. I mean, I say very simple, it's not, but I feel good about it, and that's good enough. We really just want to speed module everything, even though we really shouldn't. Come on, what is Seablock without tremendous power problems? There are no biters, because biters can't swim. There are worms. Early game they block you off, but late game, once you have artillery, they're not really a problem. I am worried about the DLC adding swimming biters though. That's a scary concept. But that's manageable. I would need to... Oh. Hang on. Why is the lime filters not doing a thing I want them to do? Right, then we get the acid gas. Then you do have to use the acid gas to do something. Which again, reduces the numbers even further. It does leave you with hydrogen fluoride gas, which you'd have to deal with carbon dioxide, but... And you have to wonder how you get all the oxygen, but that's neither here nor there. We really just need to get this bit built. We're stuffing around too long with it, I think. We can get reds built. We can speed it up later, it's not a problem. More of a problem that we just haven't done it. What would be worse? Please tell me. Flying biters? Swimming spitters that dive under the water whenever you get close to them. Turns out I do know things that would be worse. Flying enemies at the beginning. Hey, I was right with the flying things. Flying things are bad. Things flying is never good. Okay, no, this is untenable. We need the acid because without the Jiva light, we're having massive problems. So, there's going to be another episode where we don't finish our red chips. This is just ridiculous. Can we at least start making some red chips? Parademons? What are parademons? Like paratroopers that are demons? DC reference. I'm not much of a DC fan, I'm afraid. So I can't really speak to DC, I'm afraid. Marvel, I know. DC, I've never really had the time to learn. Not that there's anything wrong with people who like DC. I mean, you know, we're all wrong sometimes. No, I don't actually give a shit. I don't give that much of a shit. Darkseid. I don't even know who Darkseid is. See, I decided at one point I had to make a choice. Like when I wanted to start reading comic books, I was like, I need to make a choice. Marvel or DC. I don't have time to learn them both. And I chose Marvel. And I have not looked back. Because I am happy with this decision. No, I mean, you know, it doesn't really bother me. Like, if people like whatever they like, that's cool. Marvel is more my line of thinking. It's more my way of things. It's a little goofier, and I like a little bit of goofy. Not the Disney character though. The Disney character is actually frightening. Gorsh. It's actually kind of interesting over the last 5 years, just how, 5, maybe 10 years, how much I've gotten into Marvel. I was sort of getting into it, and then like the card game came out, and like I was watching the movies, and then the card game came out, and then, then I was just like, well, screw it. I'm gonna just learn everything I can. And I realized how many, like, our library just does such a good selection of comic books. Like, it's incredible how well our library does with comic books. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to get the red chips out of here. Yes, I am. At least if I make some red chips, then I've at least not called myself a liar for the 3rd stream in a row. Right? Can't call me a liar if I actually do what I said I was going to do for a change. I mean, you can. I literally can't stop you. I mean, I could try. Go on. Call me a liar. See what happens. Don't. Please don't. I'll cry. I guess that's what will happen. Call me a liar. See me cry on stream. Like one of those dunking booths, you know, like you throw the ball and the person dunks into the water. It's like that. Except you call me a liar and I just burst into tears. Absolutely unconsolable. The way nature intended it to be. Cool. Me? I would never. Well, that's good. Fine. I'm only joking. I probably wouldn't be inconsolable. Who knows? Who are you to judge? I don't know. For all I know, you are a judge. Takes time off their busy judging lifestyle to judge people on Twitch. I judge people for free. Judge, I'm not a cat. God, I love that. I love that that happened. Okay, so we've got some red belts being made. It's not efficient, but they're being done. Also, I have no red wires. Look, the point is, things are being made. This is somehow a vast improvement. Actually, can we... Oh, looking for 500. It's never gonna get 500. It's slow. Try so hard. It needs a jetpack when you run 12 meters a second. What if a jetpack could go you 24 meters a second though? Would go you. Oh my god. Sorry, the sentence could go you just broke my mind. Now, what I need to do is change that out. Then I would like that to go down there. I mean, jetpack would be nice. So this is not quite what I wanted to finish, but the important fact is it should be making... Yeah, it's making red belts. Red chips. Is it making them quickly enough? Not really, but it'll do the job. It's certainly doing it better than before. So what you're saying is I need an equivalent to the Terraria, not the bees scenario. What is the bees scenario? I have not played Terraria enough, clearly. I haven't played a lot of Terraria, I'll be honest with you. I played a bit, but not enough, clearly. Okay. The whole world is covered in honey. Is that a real thing? Are you making this up? That's incredible if not. Terraria is wild, man. How can I make oxygen in a fun and efficient manner? That's fun. Okay, making oxygen is clearly going to be the problem. I could just use compressed air. That gives me a bunch of nitrogen. That's fine. Nitrogen's hard to use, though, isn't it? So where's the problem? I make a ton of nitrogen, then I'm not sure what to do with it. Okay. I see we've got a bunch of things here that are going to require the sulfur. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to call down the sand train. We will call that over here. And then we'll make it wait for us. Yeah. And then we're just going to steal a train. It's not illegal if it's your own train, remember that. You know what I'm not seeing streams of a lot these days? Pal World. I don't want to say I called it, but I called it. I kind of did. I mean, that was the thing. I just didn't expect it to be... Hardy motivation. Is this like the thing? The first thought in my head there when Soulburn is, you know, the joke. I'm going to go the joke. How do you motivate? Look, just do what I do. I think there's a wonderful streamer called Soulburn. Watch his streams and you'll be motivated. But Doctor, I am Solburn. I don't know why that made me laugh. Classic joke. Also, you're not in town. That's why you gotta be in town. Good response, good response. God. How many of these do I need? 20? Yeah. You hardly ever stream. I know. That's alright. Stream in 30 minutes. What are you wanting motivation to do anyway? You're at work. Is there a reason to not watch yourself? There are mirrors. Not a helpful answer, I'm sorry. You're at work. Don't worry, your work will understand. I don't feel like playing anything. Yeah, that's a tough one. How do you get out of the I don't feel like playing anything funk? That's a tough one. It's always it's a common problem I have when I finish playing a game. I'm kind of a little bit in like that, having finished Baldur's Gate, to be honest. Because I don't know what to play after finishing Baldur's Gate. My answer was apparently play Baldur's Gate again, but no, I'm kind of in the same funk at the moment, to be honest with you. We're gonna need more cliff explosives. Yeah, we're going to go get more cliff explosives, and while we're there, go get some more wires. They're still in the old base. Terraria, not the bees, of course. It's hard. It's hard to know what to play. I've been playing Dominions 5 lately because I had it and Dominion 6 came out and I'm like, man, Dominion 6 looks great, but I never played 5, so I'll better play 5. That's just what I've been doing for some reason. I've been playing Dominions 5 and Dominion the card game, which is a weird thing to be doing, both of those things. You have a board, you play roguelikes? Yeah, I mean, that can help, but what if you're bored of roguelikes? Then what do? Then you're in trouble. You're not so bored, you just don't have the motivation to play something. Yeah, that makes sense, that makes sense. Yeah, I mean, I have the same problem. Sometimes I just I boot up a game, I play it for like a minute or 2 minutes, and I'm not even exaggerating, like a minute, and that's actually like half an hour. No, I play it for like a minute, I start a game, and I just look at the screen and sigh, and then just leave. Yeah, I have those moments. I think everyone does. You don't even boot up the game, gosh. See, I boot up the game and then get disappointed and bored. Well, not bored, but just like, I don't want to do this now, and then I just leave. How do you build the motivation to play a game? It's tough. It's tough, it's tough, it's tough. Thankfully, in my case, most of the time when I'm playing a game, I'm playing it because I'm streaming. And when you're streaming, you don't have really... Or when I'm streaming, personally, I don't have a choice of what to play, because it's kind of preordained. Which, you know, some people could say that's sad, but I kind of like the fact that I have to play Factorio for like 12 hours a week. Kind of just makes things easy, you know? 12 hours a week? No. Not even 12 hours a week, it's like 5 hours a week. 6 hours a week. My point is, I have to play Factorio. You could argue that I don't have to play Factorio, but I do. I honestly have to play Factorio, or the monkeys will get me again. And you never want to be gotten by the monkeys, I shouldn't have to tell you that. It's a hard life. It is a hard life. But it's a sacrifice that I'm willing to make. I was going to make a joke about the monkeys being like the band, you know. Hey, hey, we're the monkeys. But then I really couldn't be bothered. I got just kinda lazy. I didn't want to continue the joke. What about DSP? Dyson Sphere Project? I haven't played Dyson Sphere Project. But the other question is, do you want to buy a new game? If you don't want to buy a new game, then it's just kind of a little bit trickier, right? But I mean, even that, like, what's to say that he doesn't buy Dyson Sphere Project and goes, I'm not feeling motivated to play this. Which is a very real concern. You have the game. See, he's even got the game. You have 300 games. Some really good, yeah. I got a couple of games. And yet I still go, ooh, I could buy more games. I really want to buy Beltro. I haven't got around to it though. I'm being good because I'm like, how much would I actually play Beltro? I'm like, I probably wouldn't play it that much. And to be fair, most of my time I've spent playing that like Untitled Space Idol. It's Bellatro, not Beltro. Well, you know, if you want to remember the name of games correctly, sure. Situation told. Untitled Goose Game. No. Untitled Space Idol. Unnamed Space Idol. It's an idle game. I don't know why I'm still playing it. I feel like it's got an end and I reckon I can reach it. I've got 600 hours into it, but really I'm not really playing it that actively because it's an idle game. Speaking of idle games, I think the HoloLive game comes out with another expansion soon. That was pretty big when the last one came out. People were going nuts about it. I didn't play it as much as I thought I would, though. You have quite a lot of games the vast majority you've never played and have no intention of playing. Yeah, I feel that one. The HoloLive game isn't idle. Strange that. It should be. That happens if you forget about Humble Choice for a few months. Yes! I made that mistake. I've unsubbed to Humble Choice now. You have only 91. Alright, cool. If we're all waving our digital dicks around. What's my number at? 1,531. I don't know how this happened. Can't even play all of them. Yeah. Most of them I have no interest in playing. Don't know why I have them. I bought them at some point, or I acquired them through nefarious means. A lot from Epic. Yeah, that one helps. I say nefarious means, someone's going to think that I actually did something. I didn't. I probably just, like, got in a bundle. I remember one time I bought a game from a bundle site, and then the transaction went through, and my bank immediately called me and said, did you just buy this? And I went, yeah. Okay. And I'm like, what? Like my bank is just... And the worst part is, when I got the game, it was like Chainsaw Warrior or something. I don't know why I wanted it, but I did. And it sucked. It was terrible. And I'm just like, oh. Thanks so much for following, Sketchy Gamer. It's appreciated. I was just like, I want to play this. And then I played it and I was like, this is a shit game. Why did I buy this? Now my bank knows I'm playing shit games, and now I feel bad. Not really. Look, my bank knowing I play shit games is not really the end of my life. The worst thing was when I was going for it, like I was trying to get a bank loan at some point. I didn't end up taking it, but I was going for a bank loan, and they were like, so what is this place? And I'm like, it's the place I buy the pie in the morning. Like, and they're just like, every morning you go and buy a pie for breakfast? I'm like, yeah. They're like, okay. Still pre-approved me for the loan, I just never took it. You tend to play a very small number of games at any one time, but fairly obsessively. I do that sometimes too. I don't know, I just... Who knows what I do? I just do crimes, man. I'm just over here doing crimes. I think what we'll do... There's the man with a Factorio habit. I don't think it's a habit. I gotta play it. It's my stream. I don't really play Factorio off stream, to be honest. Your base feels like a crime? Tell me more. I have no choice. I must play Factorio. It's for the stream. And that's what I'll tell myself. Ran out of coal from your starter base. When you blow this up, think about the start of the vanilla game. Oh, it does sound like the same thing. It's probably the same sound effect, actually. Now that you mention it. Okay. I need to move this down a couple of notches. It's very important. Kind of like that sound. Got to be a top-up valve. That's actually incredibly important. I forget about that. Oh, shoot. You know what? No, move that one down another notch. And then we go get the mud out. Run the belt down. Run the belt down. Okay, that's very important because if you don't do that, then the mud's going to all fill up and it's all just going to be a real pain on the butt. Also, I've only just realized I only need one of these. So that's cool. I probably don't need as many of these either, but whatevs. Then liquefy. Didn't really do that last one, but I don't really care that much. And it's very important that the mud leaves. The mud does not leave, and everything jams up. How do I know that? Because we've done this like a million times, and it jams up every single time because we forget every single gosh darn time. But this time I'm learning. C-A-T, I'm learning. If I wasn't afraid of Simpsons coming after me, that would be an amazing sound effect to use. Okay. And then we want 14 of these bad boys. The Shining? No, it was like an episode where like Lisa got an A+++, and they were buying computers. B-E-E-R. And anyway, they're like these computers, and it's just like Ralph's at a computer, and it's like C-A-T. Meow. I'm learning. Like Ralph learned how to spell cat. Good job, Ralph. Dumbass. Oh, I love Ralph so much. So innocent. I mean, Ralph, not the same level, but Ralph and Butters is just like, you know, they're just two delightful idiots. Butters is not stupid. Butters is just trusting. You know, from South Park. You meant The Stand? I don't know. I feel like you're making a movie reference, and that usually goes pretty badly with me because I don't know movies very well. But I had enough of these things. 14 plus 2 plus 2. 18 plus 2 is 20. 9. Wait, 9? A book reference. Okay, well the fact is that's 9 when it should be 6. Which probably makes sense. Okay, it's a book reference. Well, I don't really read many books either. Like, Panda does all the reading in our house. Unless it's the rules for like a board game, in which case I do that reading. She doesn't want to read board game manuals, which I respect. That is actually in our vows that she doesn't have to. Like, I made a joke before about me having a beard being in our vows that I wasn't allowed one. Me reading the board game manuals, that is absolutely a vow that I made in our wedding. Which sounds like a joke, but I assure you it is not. Of course, now every time that we're playing a new board game and I'm like, can you just look at the manual? She's like, it was in the vows that you wouldn't make me read a board game manual. And I'm just like, oh my goodness. He's not wrong, but oh my god. M-O-O-N spells everything for a not unlike Ralph character. I see. Again, remember, Ralph is just stupid. Would you say Ralph is the dumbest person in Springfield? I wouldn't. Panda come with manual included? If she did, she wouldn't read it. There's Chief Wiggum. Is Chief Wiggum dumber than Ralph, though? I think Chief Wiggum's dumbness is more dangerous, certainly. But is Chief Wiggum dumber than Ralph? Is Homer. You know what? Actually, Homer might be more dumb. You're right. Homer has these moments of just like real intelligence though. But only when the joke works for it. Homer is only... Okay. What's wrong with Homer? He's a very stupid man. Homer is not a bad man. He is just an easily distracted man. And I can relate to that. Oh, that took a dark turn. His dumbness is willful. His dumbness is laziness, I would say. Ralph, yeah, Ralph and Clancy, I think his name is. They, yeah, the joke is they're always stupid. Sometimes Homer is smart, and that is the joke. That Homer is not supposed to be smart. And that's like, wait, what? You know, where he corrects Lisa on the difference between jealousy and envious. And it's like, that's a good joke, because it's like, everyone's like, wait, what? Shit, yeah, he's kind of right. Who's done with Chief Wiggum or Peter Griffin? Peter Griffin. Who's actually a better written character, Chief Wiggum? I do not like Family Guy. But Peter Griffin, the difference between Peter Griffin and Homer is that Peter Griffin is an asshole by choice. Like, Homer makes some bad decisions and it makes him an asshole. But the end goal is that Homer does love his family. Peter Griffin does not love his family. Peter Griffin does not respect his family. Peter Griffin does not love his family. And end of the day with Simpsons, they do love Homer as well. Like, Homer is there for them. When he can be. Which is not a lot because he's stupid. And greedy? I don't know if greedy is the word. But it's not base stupidity. But just like Family Guy is... that is a good word that I need to learn. What is that word you just typed? Please tell me it wasn't a typo. Okay. It's improved only by your violent hatred.
Ameliorate.
Ameliorate. Okay. So your dislike for Family Guy is ameliorated. So is made better by your violent hatred. American Dad's bad. I agree. American Dad is bad, and I think every time they'd release a new thing, they just went worse. No, all those words are deliberate on this occasion. It's a word I hadn't heard. That's some good shit. That's a good word that I would love to hear in Darkest Dungeon, please. This is not a good place. You know, American Dad is bad. Family Guy is pretty rubbish. You're just using words I don't understand. I'm feeling very stupid right about now. Okay, my choice, not yours. I mean, did you watch the Cleveland show? They could do worse. They found that they could do worse, and they did worse. Don't. 90% of the jokes was haha blacks, haha rednecks, or what was the other one? I don't remember what the other haha was, but trust me, it was just as funny. Yeah, well, I mean, look, if you didn't like American Dad or Family Guy, there's probably a reason for that. I don't think you were going to fall into the trap of thinking that was going to be a good one. No, I don't like that actually. I see what I was doing, but I don't like it. Because what I'm thinking is I want to be able to have all this inside, if possible. So that way, if/when I want to make more, I can just copy it. Chuck drop. Music's really quiet now, and now I'm feeling awfully awkward. Okay. Oh. Oh. Did you wanna come by? Sorry, I didn't realize you wanted to actually get on this train. What am I doing? Here we go. Honestly, you forgot about the Cleveland show? Look, good. Good. The only reason I watched it at any time is I was out playing laser tag with friends. And it was on the TV when we were waiting for our game. And I was just like, oh boy. And I'm thinking, this is terrible. And then I looked around and half the group was enjoying it. And I was like, oh, okay. I learned a lot about those people that day. Mostly about what sort of humor they liked. That was actually the main thing I learned. I don't need the washing plants anymore, so we can get rid of those. Destination full. Okay, well then you can go to a pickup point then. Goodness gracious. I mean, look, Family Guy was the rude sitcom kind of in the way that Simpsons was in the 80s. American Dad was what if rude sitcom was also extremely patriotic American joke. And Cleveland Show was what if rude sitcom, but, you know, it's the same concept, right? It was the same concept each time. It was just like, what if we just went and pushed it as hard as we could? And that, I would say that was their intent. Try and push that envelope as much as they could. And you know what? I guess it worked. People liked it most of the time. I guess the show still is on. Well, no, not Cleveland show. Cleveland show got cancelled, but you know, I guess the shows in general are still on, and so I guess there was an audience for them. I don't know if American Dad still runs, and quite frankly, I don't care to know. But I mean, clearly there was an audience. That's what I'm saying. Okay, so then we do that. It gets us our lime, and then we want our porous lime filters. Now this is where we... No, everything's just one belt. My goodness. Do I want to do more? Would you like to know more? I mean, you could make the same argument for South Park, and I think a lot of people have made that argument for South Park. South Park is really just like, how far can we push this envelope? But I think it's not the same push. I think South Park is aware of what they're like. I think there's a level of intelligence in South Park that's different. Maybe that's just me saying I like the show that I like. But I feel like there's a little bit of... There's a difference in South Park where they know what they're doing. And they are very frequently at the end making a point. Maybe it's not clear what the point is. Maybe they, you know, don't stick the landing. But a lot of the time, you can watch the show and go, oh, I get it. I see what they were doing. Not really a fan of South Park. I respect that. I respect that. I'm not a huge fan of South Park. I haven't watched it a lot lately. So really what I'm referring to is like the first sort of 4 or 5 seasons. And yeah, there was a lot of crudeness in it. And it was, you know, I'm not saying, I'm definitely not defending it. But there was a different element that I could sort of see what they were doing. There were things I didn't like in it, and I think partly because they were making a show that was for, you know, the audience of people who wanted to laugh and clap at Kid being like brutally disgusting. But the joke in the end sometimes is ha 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 racism. But every now and then they come up with an episode that just makes you go, yeah, I see what you did. You did it in a really crude fashion, but you did actually have a point. Whether you agree with it or not is a different matter. Like, there was a couple of points that I saw that I was like, that is filthy and disgusting, and I don't really like it. But I see what you were going for. And, you know, sometimes I want to give a point, like, sometimes the art sucks, right? Sometimes video games suck, sometimes the movie sucks, but sometimes you just go, but I see what they were trying to do. They didn't succeed. They didn't stick the landing. It wasn't funny. It wasn't art. It wasn't good. But I get it. If that makes sense. But yeah. But don't expect South Park level humour from me. Don't expect me to start going off and swearing and saying racial epithets, because that's not who I am. I don't do any of that stuff. I know. I'll never be as funny as South Park. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry, actually. Not even slightly. You know what? You wait for SeiferKatt. Now I just swear and be racist. No, we're not doing that. I'm sorry, I'm Dad. Cartman will never be good at Factorio, though. Honestly, I'm arguing whether I'd ever be good at Factorio as well. No, but, you know, Kyle would be amazing at it, and then Cartman would be like, haha, it's because you're good at conserving resources because you hoard everything. Oh, look, there's a ratio, yep, like insult, da 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 da. That's where it goes. That's where that South Park joke goes. I hope you enjoyed it. Fuck. It really is that easy. Okay, so then we need air filters. Air filters need water? Aren't they... Hang on. If the air filters need water, aren't they water filters? I guess they are. And then we need to have to figure out how to deal with all this bloody sulfur that we're going to get pouring through it. Water cleans the air filters. But the only reason the filters are dirty is because the filters I put in there. It's like dirtying a vacuum cleaner. It is like dirtying a vacuum cleaner. Oh, you dirty vacuum cleaner. It's a lime filter. Yeah? I feel like I'm missing some critical part of this information. Vacuum cleaners get hella dirty. I don't deny that. The lime filter. So it's a lime filter in an air filter. That filters lime. Yeah, I can accept that. Are we still having massive problems with sulfuric acid? Yeah, we're still doing the right thing. This still needs to happen. It's literally called an air filter. This thing is an air filter. Where did I get it? I built it. I built it. Usually it does filter air though, like, you know, usually it does compressed air and it brings the compressed air and then you convert that into oxygen and nitrogen. Yeah, you know, I gotta go sleep as well. It's not 3 AM for me, it's only 10, but this is a good time to stop. Thank you for reminding me, Sketchy. So. Okay. Wow, thank you so much for watching today. I hope you enjoyed yourselves. If you are new here, please do consider following. I'd appreciate it, but you do what you want. I would like to remind you of the social links. I only want to remind you of the social links because, not because the VODs on YouTube. Beldeck. I would like to remind you on Discord about the Meme March contest. I would like to remind... Beldeck, stop the crickets. That worked. That's scary. I'd like to remind you of Meme March, where we're running a meme contest for the month of March. And if you win, then you get a copy of Factorio Space Age, donated kindly by me. I'm paying for it. So everyone does get up to 3 entries. So yeah, the memes have to be about the stream, about, you know, over the last 3 years. It can be a memory, something you thought was funny. It could be something you think is still funny, something you see happening in the future, and it, you know, something funny. Funny memes are good. Give it a go. Look, you got nothing to lose by trying, and I would appreciate it greatly you joining it. A memory. Yep, a memory is good. So we've got a couple of entries there so far, but you've got the entire March to go. So if you need more inspiration, come back on Thursday. Yeah, so if you want to get in on that possible prize, please enter your best memes. What else was I going to say? I don't remember. I just really want to get entries in this because I really appreciate what we've got so far. But more information, check out the Discord. All the information's there. If you have any questions, you can ask them there too. As for me, I am done. Thank you very much. I'll see you on Thursday for more Factorio, and I wish thee all a good night. Wish thee all? What the hell was that?